All right, here we go. I'm going to start with number 4 on your sheet there. So looking at it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blocks. 9 blocks long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 high. 9 by 5. I'm going to sketch on my front. Look at the front. Hit the end key. 9 by 5. So if I dimension that, it's going to be 2.25 by 1.25. Check that. Rotate around to look at the ISO of it. Extrude. It is. Looks like 6 back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is definitely 6 back. So that's 1.5. 1.5. Enter. Yeah. So there's the start of it. That's most of the part. We've got the right side half circle that goes through it. So I'm going to sketch on the top. So this one, I'm just going to use this circle. It's got a 1 inch. I'm going to make sure that it snaps into the center. All right, that's going to make it really easy for me. So if I come along this line here, make sure it snaps in the center, and then draw a circle out. Dimension that circle of 1 inch. Finish that sketch. Rotate. Extrude, remove. And we're going to cut that all the way down. You can just drag the arrow down. I've learned that to make sure it cuts all the way through. Now we've cut all the way through there. Check. There's that part. I've got that half or quarter circle on the left side here. I'm going to sketch on this left side. That circle is centered at this corner right here. Hit N to look at it straight on. It's centered on this corner. And if I look at it, it's going to have a radius of 1. That means the diameter would be 2. Check. Now I'm going to extrude, remove that piece. And it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 inch in. So there's that. Got this block almost completely completed. We just have a hole. So I'm going to sketch on this front surface that I need right here. Look at it. Draw the circle that I need. That circle is a 1/4 inch in diameter. And then if I dimension it, remember I got to do an X dimension and a Y dimension. It's 1, 2, 3 from the bottom, so it's 0.75 from the bottom. So if I dimension from the center to the bottom, it's going to be 0.75. And then, right, make sure you're clicking the dimension tool up here, or you can hit the D key. You can see that every time I hit the D key, it's dimension or not dimension. And then I'm going to dimension it from this line here. And I'm pretty sure 1, 2, that's 0.5 over. And we're just going to assume that this hole goes all the way through. We can't really know, but all the rest of the holes are all the way through. So we're going to put that hole all the way through. So I am going to extrude, remove, and then just going to make sure it goes all the way through, so this block's 1.5. Go around, make sure it's going all the way. Boom. And that is part number 4. So that's part 4. We're going to move on. All these tools are in my way. I can't do what I need to do right now. Oh, perfect. How do I start a new part? How do I start a new part? Great. Oh, there's my full body. Hide tools. There we go. All right, I'm gonna start a new part. Let's do number 7. So number 7, I'm gonna start a sketch with the front and to look at it. I'm gonna draw an L shape. The hardest part is figuring out how long this thing is, so I know what it kind of looks like. I need to know this though. So I'm gonna count this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 long. I get 11 long. 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. I get 11 long. So first thing I'm gonna do is draw this line. Bring this out here. Just make the L shape. Obviously none of these dimensions are correct, but we're going to go in here and fix that. So this line is 1 inch tall. Hitting the dimension key, the D key, the dimension. This is 0.5. And this is 11, so 2.25. And then this would be also 0.5. Make sure everything turns black there for me. It did. Check. It is 6 back. So I'm going to extrude this, extrude that 1.5. There's that. Now I'm going to round this front off. I know this is rounded completely. I'm just going to use the fillet tool. So I'm going to fillet this. The diameter is 1.5, so the radius would be 0.75. So fillet, radius of 0.75. This corner and this corner. It should give me exactly what I want. I'm going to check that. I'm going to go ahead and do the hole on the top. So I'm going to sketch on the top. Sketch, top. So we need it to be centered right on this circle. So you can draw it and then figure out where it should be centered. Or, if you move your mouse right to about the center, you can see that symbol right there pops up. That symbol says concentric. That means it's going to be on the center. So I won't even have to do any dimensioning except for dimensioning the hole at 0.5. 0.5. And notice it's completely black. It's centered right on the hole. Everything looks right. Check it. Gonna extrude, remove. So remove that one. Boom. Now I just need to do this top piece, which is kind of the most complicated piece. It's a little tricky. All right. So when I do that, I'm gonna sketch on the top. And a lot of people want to make this longer than what they need. They're worried about that outside little curve at the bottom. Don't worry about that at the start. We're going to add that later. But what we're going to do is we're going to do this block that is a 1/2 inch thick by 1 inch. We're not going to do 1.25. We're just going to do 1. Okay. Check that. Extrude this up. .75. So there's that. I got something wrong. Is that? I don't know. All right. Next. going to fillet this at 0.5. 0.5 here, 0.5 there. That's that. Now we need this inside curve too. It's another fillet. It just goes the other way. And this radius is 0.25. So you're going to fillet this at 0.25 right here on that corner. And we're going to apply that. This thing looks way too short. Oh, I know why. All right, I made a mistake. Really easy to go fix my mistake. My mistake happened in the first thing. So I'm going to go to that first extrude. I'm going to go to sketch 1. 11 is not 2 1/4. That's 9. This should be 2.75. So I got to go back and change that to 2.75. So when you get done, if it doesn't look right, just look and think about it. That looks a lot better, doesn't it? So there we go. Looks good. That's what we want. Moving on. Let's do one more. So we've done 7. We've done 4. Let's go ahead and do 8 real quick. Obviously, you can pause the video as you're going. Don't let me get ahead of you. Create Part Studio. All right, next one. Number 8. Number 8 is tough because it's just hard to tell how tall that thing is. But I'm going to start with the base. So I'm going to start by sketching on the top plane because I want to make that base. I hit the N key. This thing is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 across. And I gotta go my depth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 6 back. 8 across and 6 back if I'm looking at it from the top. So 8 across would be 2. 6 back would be 1.5. Check. Looking at it that way, extrude it 1/2 inch. That doesn't look right. Oh, there we go. That looks right. This is because it was doing it a full inch. All right, so 8 across, 6 back, 2 high. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take care of the corners and the hole on this base. I'm just going to finish the base off. So I'm going to fillet these corners. Those fillets are 0.25 in diameter. It's 1 block. So I'm going to check that. So we have that. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put the hole in the top of it here. So just draw a circle. The circle's dimension is 0.5. Then we're going to dimension it from the front, from the center to the front. Oh, I don't have the dimension tool selected. Dimension from the center to the front. That's going to be 0.5. And from the left to the center is 1. Everything's black. And we're going to extrude. Remove. Good enough. So there's that. Now it's just that funky piece on the back. So again, when you have those looping curves, those fillets, those outside fillets, don't include those to start. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to sketch on the top. And we're going to make a rectangle just like this. So I know that that rectangle is 1/2 inch from this side. And I know it's 1/2 inch from this side, which makes it 1 inch. I don't have to dimension that. And then I know it's 1/2 inch thick. So that's going to be 0.5 as well. Pause the video if you need those. Check. And the hardest thing is counting this out. But from the base, from the bottom to the top, this thing is a total of 5 inches. So completely, it is 5 inches. So if the base is 1/2 inch, that means I'm going to extrude this thing up 4.5 inches. It's kind of like the largest dimension on the sheet. Right. 4.5. Hit the enter. That is not right. Oh, I know why. Never mind. It's not 4.5. It is going to be, I got to count it out again. Four and a half is wrong. Those are wrong dimensions. Find the right spot here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 2.75. It's half of that. 2.75. See if that looks better. Yeah, that looks a lot better. 2.75. Check. Then I'm going to sketch on this front surface. Actually, let's do it this way. Let's round that first. So I'm going to fillet this and this at 0.5. Hit the enter key so it looks like I want it to look like. Perfect. Then I'm going to sketch on here. And I use the circle tool. Get that so it's right centered on this circle. And all you got to do is click on that line. Oh, that line doesn't appear for me. We didn't know that the dimension of that circle is 1. Check. And we're going to extrude that 1/2 inch. Last thing, I need to sketch here. Put another circle right on the center. That one's going to be 0.5. Dimension 0.5. Finish. And we'll extrude that all the way through. There it is. Oh, we need these little things down here. Fillet. These are 0.5 fillets, outside fillets. You'll see that it rounds it right to the edge. That corner too is going to round it right to the edge. Make sure that looks like what we're dealing with here. Sure does. Check. I like it. So it does look a little tall. I don't know. I'm good with it. All right. That's it. So there's some tutorials. The rest of them we've either gone over or you should be able to figure out. So good luck.